What's going on, y'all? Lincoln Infield here with the Carolinas Full Throttle Magazine, and today I'm going to interview Dano Simmons at South Main Customs in Kannapolis, North Carolina, for a little segment we like to call, Is it the destination or the ride? Dano, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good, living the dream.
Okay, so I got a couple questions for you so we can get to know you. How did you get started in the motorcycle industry?
I was working on trucks for years, and Mike Donian actually started Cycle on Cycle. I'd left the job working on trucks, and he asked me to come up there and kind of take over the shop. We become partners. Wasn't long after that, Mike wanted to move back to Las Vegas. I bought him out. We ran Cycle on Cycle for years. Sold it, bought it back, become South Main Customs. We've been doing this since 1985.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, where was Cycle on Cycles located?
It was in Landis. Half the building was library, half the building was motorcycle shop. People came from everywhere because they didn't believe it, but it worked real well. It really did.
Right on. So while you were getting your motorcycle service, you could just go next door and check out a book to read, huh?
You could. The thing about it, when we first started the motorcycle shop, the women that worked at the library were scared to death of us. And we had some big, kind of ugly guys that would go out, that see these women bringing books in, and they'd go help them. And before you knew it, these ladies loved us. They'd come ask for help. And the guys, as scary looking as some of them were, had those little old ladies just wrapped around their fingers, or vice versa. And they actually cried when we left, brought us gifts and all of that when we moved out. It was kind of sad to go away from there.
So then you moved from there and renamed the business South Main Customs?
It was still Cycle on Cycle. We moved out on Deal Road, 152 and Deal Road, which was a Mooresville address, then Kannapolis on Center Grove Road. Then I sold it. Jeff Hart bought it and ran it as Fat Hog Customs for about 2 years. Then he decided he didn't want to be in the motorcycle business anymore. That's when I came here. That was in December 2005 when we opened here.
Right on. Now, somewhere in there you used to pilot polling trikes. Tell me a little bit about that.
Easy Rider magazine, everybody knows who they are. They put the motorcycle rodeos on different cities. The three-wheel trikes that we built had the big CPAC tires on them, 22 inches wide, 120 cubic inch motors. We ran fuel class. I won trikes that I built, and guys that raced for me, we won over 120 times. Now, that's not 120 rounds, that's 120 events, either the gas trike or fuel trike classes. And it was fun. I learned a lot as far as building motors, baggers especially. We were having to pull 6,500 pounds, 200 feet. You don't use a drag race style motor for doing that. It's got to be a motor that'll get down and grunt and pull, kind of like what you do when you got your not too skinny babe on the back and you're headed uphill pulling a trailer on with an electric glide. You just got to get down and grunt. So we try to build motors that make torque instead of horsepower.
All right. So how long did you compete with the polling trikes?
I actually competed for about 12 years. And Easy Rider's kind of gone away with that now, so we still got some trikes. If anybody wants to start a new circuit for that, I'd be glad to get them going.
Sounds like you're the guy to talk to in that arena.
Well, we've done well, and we built trikes for other customers. Even built one for Kendall Johnson, and Kendall ran one. He won one time, but that's more than most people that have done this can say. He did win a race.
Well, that's just shy of 120 wins, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. So back to South Main Customs in Kannapolis, North Carolina. What is your specialty there? Why do people bring their bike to see you?
Harley Davidson in general. I'm familiar with stuff from knuckleheads up to the M8s. We do all types of performance work. I think our biggest thing is our services. Oil change, all 3 holes. Got a really good price on it. We beat the dealerships by a couple $100, and we use quality materials. We use quality parts. No matter what we're building, we use the best of the best on parts, because I'm not going to put junk on somebody's motorcycle, pay for it, and then have to fix it for free. It just makes no sense. We use the best parts we can buy. And
you've got the years of knowledge to put it together correctly.
I think I do, yeah. I've been doing it for 20-some years, so yeah, I think I can get them together correctly. And if you look online, we assemble motors, and I'll do step-by-step stuff, and it's under South Main Customs on the Facebook page. I've got some shovel heads, a lot of twin cam stuff and Evos, and just go on there and look. You'll see that we do everything pretty well correctly. Have some really good people that do work for us, powder coaters, stuff like that do outstanding job too.
Now you do dyno tuning at South Main Customs too, correct?
Yes, we're Dyno Jet. Have the eddy brake so we can tune fuel injection properly. That's the shop dog in the background. She's somebody's walked in, so she's letting us know that they're there. But yeah, we do everything in-house. The only thing we send out is powder coating, chrome plating, and for the twin cam stuff with the pressed flywheels, I send those to Dark Horse and have them to do our crank work.
And recently, South Main Customs became an authorized motorcycle dealer too.
Yes, we're buy and sell. Try to stay with all Harleys. I have nothing against metric bikes. I just try to stay with Harleys. That's our specialty, so that's what we try to stay with as far as buying and selling.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. So if anyone is looking for a quality used Harley Davidson, you're the place to come, right?
I think so. When we get a bike in, we go from axle to axle, check everything over, it's fully serviced. When you buy it and ride out of here, your next oil change will be due at 5,000 miles, and you should have no issues until then.
Well, that's the type of guarantee people are looking for.
Yep, that's not a guarantee though. Anything can break, but we try to make sure that nobody has issues, and if you do, we take care of those issues.
Okay. Is there anything else people need to know about South Main Customs?
We're here. We love Harleys. We love Harley riders, and anything we can do for you, give us a call. A lot of people just call us up and compare prices. I don't claim to be the cheapest, and I'm definitely not the most neatest and organized. One of my t-shirts used to say it's not a fashion show, it's a bike shop. So if you're looking for a dealership type of atmosphere, you won't find that here. If you're looking for somebody to work on your motorcycles, treat you like your family, come see us.
I really think that appeals to a lot of riders.
I think most people do, especially once they realize that we're working, not just trying to show the latest and greatest in leathers and t-shirts. We have a few, but that's all. And I think most people realize that we're a motorcycle shop, not a clothing store or a fashion show. Then they really appreciate what we do.
Right on. Well, the name of this segment is it the destination or the ride? What do you think?
Just a ride.
It's always the ride?
Always the ride.
So when you're out riding, where do you want to ride?
One of my favorite places is to go up 801 to 601 to 52, top of Fancy Gap, and then I find something to eat. And we'll come back through Stewart, Virginia, Martinsville, or Danville, something like that, to come back a different way. But I guess Fancy Gap was one of my favorite roads to just ride up as fast as I can, maybe scrub a footboard here and there. I'm an old guy, but I'm still thrill seeker.
I gotcha. I guess every time I stop by to chat with you, you've always got a story about just getting out and going for a ride. And I guess that's what keeps this a motorcycle shop, right?
And we ride every Saturday evening in the summertime when it's warm and nice. But we get together about 5, get home about midnight. We never know where we're going till we get there. But you can bet when we get there, we're going to eat. So it's live to ride, ride to eat.
I hear you. I like it. Now, last year you started what I hope is a tradition around here with the $1,000 poker run, the May Day Play Day. Is that something that you are planning on doing in 2022?
Yes, we'll have it again this year. The date hasn't been set, but it will be in May, either first or second Saturday most likely, and we're looking for a bigger and better turnout this time than we had last, and it is benefit spinal bifida research. I have personal ties to that, and it's a good organization. It's good people.
Great. I really enjoyed the route last year. It was just a great ride.
Yep, I'll find a different route. I think I'm going to try to make it about 100 miles this time instead of 80. That way, the Chrome Angels, you girls can come do the poker run, and that will be your 100-mile day, and that will be good for y'all and us too.
All right, sounds like a plan. I'll make sure to get that in the cruising calendar as soon as the dates are set.
Absolutely, thank you for that. Hey, and I want to introduce my crew too. This is Gina to my right. This is my wife also. She runs the parts department. She runs the business in reality. If it weren't for her, this place would fall on its face. Mike Posada. Mike is back there. Mike is a tremendous wrench. His dad told me, said, you ought to give Mike a try sometime. I didn't even know he was a mechanic. Found out he grew up in a garage and handles himself very well, knows his way around the toolbox and a motorcycle. And Angel. Angel is Mike's wife, and she's here. She helps us out with answering the phone, sometimes billing, everything that she can. And Robert is not here, but Robert's another important piece of this little puzzle. But anybody here you see in these pictures, when you come in, everybody here can help you. And like I said, you'll be treated like family.